And let me show you, actually, I can show you with Netflix actually right now. I'm actually
Okay.
in a Netflix swing, and I can show you according to, and it's to the downside because it's a double inside day. So I'm kind of anticipating the movement, even though the market hasn't broke yet, but I'm just anticipating that it's going to trigger 2 down on the day. Now, if we trigger, Netflix is a double inside day. So you know about the power of a double inside day, right? It can lead to like an explosive type of play. So it essentially means that because it consolidated for 2 days, it has the potential to possibly break out for 2 days. This is where those if then statements come in. So Netflix is telling me, hey, if we break a 3112 down, you're supposed to take it to 632.60. Now, if you look at one time frame above, if you go to the 2-day, which also happens to open tomorrow, right? So same as the daily. The 2-day is telling us that, hey, if Netflix does break that 641 and it does get to that target, which is at 632.60, I will now be breaking a 312 down on the 2-day chart. Then now the target for the 2-day chart is 629.12, right? So do you see how my target moved from 632.60, which was the 1-day target, but now the 1-day participant passes the baton to the 2-day, and now the 2-day is going to its target. The 4-day opens tomorrow. Now imagine if the 4-day opens tomorrow and the 1-day and the 2-day, they both pass the baton and they go to their target, we will now be triggering a 3-2 down on the 4-day. And now we take it to the next strat target, which is this one right here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So now you can be able to, so before the play even starts, so when people ask me, oh, what's your target? I said, I think this can go 626.44. And they're like, really? And it's like, well, think about it. You can see the journey, the potential journey. If we trigger a 3112 down on the daily, we could potentially trigger a 312 down on the 2-day. If we trigger a 312 down on the 2-day, we could potentially trigger a 3-2 down on the 4-day. If we do that, we could potentially trigger a 2-2 down on the week. And ultimately, that's how we can probably get our outside month to the downside.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I'm so happy you had these questions, because I'm like, oh, this is good. You're gonna be good. Because all you're missing, bro, is just to look at the higher time frame. You're right with your basis and with your thesis and what makes you like, oh, okay, this is what I want to take. The only additional step that you need to do is just create those confluence, get additional confluences by looking at higher time frames. Because all I'm doing is saying, okay, if this 132 does what it needs to do and get to its target, what does that higher, does it trigger 2 up on another higher time frame? And if it does, then that means you now have the potential to get to that target. But think about this though, prior to for Netflix, and this is kind of how I do it. Now, I don't necessarily say it's the right way, but this is how I do it, and this is how I'm be able to profitable. Because I'm kind of anticipating the pathway to how we can get outside month, I'm kind of already trading in alignment with the monthly participant. Because I'm trying to get the daily to trigger the 2-day, the 2-day to trigger the week to trigger it into the monthly. So if I'm like, the monthly can eventually trigger, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put myself in alignment with the monthly time frame and buy that 2 to 3 months out already right now. You get what I'm saying? And that's why the plan is so important. The trade plan, you being able to look at all the time frames prior to getting in the trade, so you already know, yo, this is what it could possibly do. And a lot of times, bro, it do it. So I realized that I trade in alignment with the new time frames that open. Because yesterday I would have said like, oh, I start on the weekly, like every single week I start on the week. And then when we go into a new month, I start on the month. But then now I'm realizing, I'm like, ADEX, all you're doing is you're just trading in alignment with the new time frames that open up. So that's why. And so that's why I'm like, oh, okay. So that's why every Sunday I start with the week first, right? That's why every going into the month I start with the month first. So now I can confidently say that like whatever the new time frame that opens, so pretty much let's go every Sunday going into the new week. I start with the weekly for my thesis to see like, okay, where are the inside weeks? Where are the hammer weeks? Where are the shooter weeks? Once I see those, because those are like the main actionable signals, then I go from top to bottom, right? Because and to see, okay, how many time frames are in alignment? So like, for example, with Netflix, and I say, okay, right at the current moment, we're putting in a fail to up candle on the 6-month time frame. All right, so that's bearish. 3-month, Okay, we're a fail 2 up on the 3-month time frame. That's bearish. So far I got 2 time frames that align with that weekly. If I go to the 2-month, all right, that's the third one that aligns. The month, once I saw the month, my eyes got opened again. Because I was like,
almost
okay,
outside.
so you might want to try to go outside. And then so once the weekly, remember my thesis from the weekly, and then I find another time frame that makes my eyes open up that, oh, there's our target. Now I'm looking to see, okay, how many more time frames are giving me the possible, yes, we are going to go outside month. Because if we go 2-2 down on the week off of a shooter, right? If we go 2-2 down on the week off of a shooter, the target is outside month. So now I'm trying to see, okay, how will Netflix do that 2-2 down on the month or 2-2 down on the week? I'm looking at these other time frames. The 10-week chart's still green, so that's not helping me. 9-week chart, do we had a new 9-week that opened up this week? Nope, we didn't. So the 9-week chart's still alive. We had an 8-week chart that opened up this week. Nope, we didn't. So the 8-week is still alive. The 7-week chart, oh, boom. There's another time frame that has a potential actionable signal. 3-2-2 reversal to the downside. Hammer, and it's a shooter counter hammer pattern on the 7-week. So boom. Now I have 4 time frames that tell me, yep, you got possible move coming up. 6-week, do we have a new 6-week candle this week? Nope, we didn't have that. 5-week chart, do we have a new 5-week? Nope, we didn't have that. 4-week, do we have a new 4-week? Nope, we did not have that. Let's see, 3-week, do we have a new 3-week? Nope, but we have a new 3-week next week, so we'll see. But on the 3-week chart, oh, hold up. On the 3-week chart, we triggered a 2-2 rev. Oh, we already triggered the 3-week actionable signal that says the target is supposed to go to there. Boom. That's our 5th time frame that's giving us a confluence. Make sense so far? Go to the 2-week now. Oh, there's one of my favorite signals, the potential 3-2 down on the 2-week, right? And so this is another signal that's telling me potential. Then go back to the weekly, and now I go on to the days. How many days that are telling me, okay, 12-day chart is already 2-2 rev, 11-day 2-2 rev, 10-day 2-2 rev. Notice how many time frames are red, and that's giving confluences to the downside, right? And then the infamous 1-3 setup that we have. 6-day, another 1-3-2 down setup off of a shooter, and so forth and so forth. And then to top it off, you have the double inside, the 3-1 on the 2-day and the 3-1-1 on the day. So literally, we saw about 10 confluences that say, hey, the risk to reward is favorable to the downside if you just hold as one of those higher time frame participants. And I would look at the 7-week and say, oh, we have a really potential to come down if we trigger 2 down on the 7-week, which happens to be the outside month.
Got it.